Good evening, students. We often encounter this kind of a condition in our daily life where we continuously sneeze from the morning till evening. The question is, why does it happen? When our body comes in contact with an allergen, our body releases some chemicals, one of them being histamine. What is the function of this histamine? The histamine defends the body against the allergen. Now, this histamine causes the allergic rhinitis, whose symptoms include sneezing, runny nose, itchy eyes, and so on. Have you ever questioned why does it happen? We will look into this in the coming lecture when I introduce to you the term hypersensitivity. Good evening, everybody. Students, today I'm going to start the chapter on hypersensitivity. Now, hypersensitivity is a term to describe immune responses which are damaging rather than helpful to the host. The term hypersensitivity or allergy denotes a condition in which an immune response results in exaggerated or inappropriate reactions that are harmful to the host. Now, according to Gell and Coombs' classification of hypersensitivity, there are 4 types: the type 1, type 2, type 3, and type 4. Let's go to the next slide. Now, if we talk about the 4 types, in type 1, it is an IgE mediated degranulation of mast cells, which is leading to acute anaphylactic response. The type 2 is mostly IgG and IgM mediated. The type 3 is where immune complexes are formed and it leads to inflammation. Finally, the type 4 is the T cell which activates chronic inflammation. So let's move to the next slide, where we see that the 4 types of hypersensitivity. The I or 1 is the allergic anaphylaxis atopy, the 2 is the antibody mediated, 3 is the immune complex, and the 4 is the delayed type mediated by the T cell. Let's now look into some of the diseases or the allergic reactions associated with the 4 types of hypersensitivity. Now, type 1, which is mediated by IgE and shows a very quick onset, is the allergic type, which is often seen when insect bites, like bee stings. Even we are allergic to some kind of a latex. People are found to be allergic to various kinds of medicines like penicillin. All of these are associated with type 1 hypersensitivity. The type 2, which is called the cytotoxic hypersensitivity, is associated with the hyperacute graft rejection, where it is seen that during some kind of a liver transplantation or some kind of tissue or organ transplantation, the graft is rejected, and this is due to type 2 hypersensitivity. Various hemolytic reactions and a disease called Goodpasture syndrome is also seen to be due to type 2 hypersensitivity. The type 3 hypersensitivity, which is mediated by IgG and IgM, is called the immune complex deposition, and it is found to be associated with certain diseases like serum sickness, systemic lupus erythematosus, hypersensitivity pneumonitis, and polyarteritis nodosa. Finally, the type 4, which is the delayed or the cell mediated hypersensitivity, is associated with chronic graft rejections, some kind of hypersensitivity to latex, even metals like nickel, and some flowers like poison ivy. So these are few examples of the diseases or allergic reactions shown by human beings due to the hypersensitivity reactions in their body.